Story Emporium. Welcome back. Let's create some more stories. Choose different parts for your story and see how the endings change. Tap anywhere to start. Choose the story you'd like to create. Making mud pies. Can you help? Color fun. Can you help the wombats make up a new game using colors? A place to play. The wombats have a new toy. Can you help them find a place to play? Wake up, JunJun. Can you help the wombats wake up JunJun in time to eat ice cream? Making mud pies. Color fun. A place to play. A place to play. There are 3 choices to make for our story. First, choose where your story takes place. Tap or drag a place to add it to your story. The Everything Emporium. Choose who is in your story. Zadie, choose what they do in your story. What toy will they play with? Blow bubbles. When you're ready to read your story and see what happens, tap the check mark. Tap the green play button to start reading. A place to play. In the Everything Emporium, Mr. E was filling shelves with toys. I have a lot of work to do. I can't be bothered by any noise. Then along came Zadie. Look at my new toy. It's really fun. But I need a place to play where my toy won't disturb anyone. The Everything Emporium, said Zadie. This looks like a great place to play with toys. She blew bubbles, which didn't make any noise. While Zadie blew bubbles, it didn't make a peep. In fact, it was so quiet, Mr. E closed his eyes and fell asleep. Mr. E woke up from his sleepy state. A toy you can nap with just makes me feel great. Smiling, he put the new toy on sale in his store. And customers are now asking for more and more. The end. That was a fun story to read. That's one way your story can end. What do you think might happen if you change which toy they play with? Tap the blue pencil to change your story, or tap the arrow to create a new one. Try creating another story. Choose a story. Tap the blue arrows for more stories. Tap the green play button to choose a story. Color fun. Color fun. First, choose where your story takes place. The Sow and Grow Garden. Choose who is in your story. Louisa, choose what they do in your story. What color will they say? Say green. When you're ready to read your story and see what happens, tap the check mark. If you want to change any parts of your story, tap the blue arrows. Tap the green play button to start reading. Color fun. One day in the Sow and Grow Garden, the wombats make up a new game. Here's the rule. When someone says a color, we'll all act the same. Along comes Louisa, holding a shiny new ball. Would you like to see my new toy? My ball will be fun for all. I made sure to get the color I like best. I really think green is better than the rest. Green is the secret color. The wombats know just what to do. They freeze like statues. What's going on? Says Louisa. I don't have a clue. Could this be a game that you've chosen? When I said green, you just stood there, frozen. The wombat smiled because Louisa passed the test. Louisa joined the game and agreed. It's the best. The end. Great story making. You found a different way to create your story. What else could you change? Let's create more stories. Choose a story. Tap Making Mud Pies. Wake up JunJun. Making mud pies. Making mud pies. First, choose where your story takes place. Outside the wombat's house. Choose who is in your story. Sammy, choose what they do in your story. How much water will they add to the mud pie? Add 3 cups of water. When you're ready to read your story and see what happens, tap the check mark. Tap the green play button to start reading. Making mud pies. Outside the wombat's house, Zeke and Louisa were making a perfect mud pie. They said, "It can't be too wet and it can't be too dry." Then along came Sammy, who wanted to join in the fun. "Can I have a mud pie? I'll trade some stickers for one." 1 cup of dirt and 3 cups of water is what I prefer. So they added 3 cups of water and they started to stir. "Is it the perfect mud pie?" asked Louisa. Zeke said, "Pick it up and let's do a test." Splat went the pie, and it made a big mushy mess. "That didn't work," said Louisa with her spoon in the goop. "That mud pie was too wet." "But Sammy, would you like to have some mud soup?" The end. I love how you created that story. That's one way your story can end. What do you think might happen if you change how much water they add to the mud pie? Tap the blue pencil to change your story, or tap the arrow to create a new one. Can you create a new story? Choose a story. Tap the blue arrows for more stories. Tap the green play button to choose a story. Wake up JunJun. Wake up JunJun. First, choose where your story takes place. The Eat and Greet Cafe. Choose who is in your story. Malik. Choose what they do in your story. What will they do to try to wake up JunJun? Set an alarm clock. When you're ready to read your story and see what happens, tap the check mark. If you want to change any parts of your story, tap the blue arrows. Tap the green play button to start reading. Wake up JunJun. One day at the Eat and Greet Cafe, there was yummy ice cream. But JunJun was napping. He wouldn't wake from his dream. "JunJun, wake up!" Malik started to shout. "I just have to wake him. I can't let him miss out." Malik looked around and under a sock. He said, "Will this wake him up?" as he turned on the alarm clock. The alarm was so loud that JunJun woke up from his sleep. He jumped really high when the alarm went beep, beep. Hooray! He's awake! Now we can all eat ice cream for breakfast! Woohoo! What a treat! The end. I loved that story. That's one way your story can end. What do you think might happen if you change how they try to wake up JunJun? Tap the blue pencil to change your story, or tap the arrow to create a new one.